Hi everyone, today we're going to look at two-digit addition. This is our first lesson on this, so the next slide is a video. Make sure to watch carefully.
Welcome to a lesson on modeling addition of two-digit whole numbers using base 10 blocks. To begin, let's consider the sum of 36 and 15. Notice to model 36, we have 3 10 blocks and 6 1 blocks. And for 15, we have 1 10 block and 5 1 blocks. So to begin, we'll find the sum of the ones place value. Notice that 6 plus 5 equals 11, which we can see by combining the 1 blocks. But whenever we combine the ones and the sum is greater than 10, we must perform an exchange for a 10 block. So since we have a total of 11 here, where 11 is 1 10 block and 1 1 block, we'll make an exchange here and move this 10 block over to the tens. On paper we indicate this by putting a 1 in the ones place value and putting this 1 up here in the tens column to represent the exchange for 1 10 block. And now when we add the tens place value, we have 1 plus 3 plus 1, which equals 5, giving us a sum of 51. Looking at our 10 blocks, if we combine all the 10 blocks, we can see we have a total of 5 10 blocks and 1 1 block, giving us a sum of 51. Let's take a look at a second example. Here we have 36 plus 28. So for 36 we have 3 10 blocks and 6 1 blocks. And for 28 we have 2 10 blocks and 8 1 blocks. Again, we begin by adding the 1 blocks, or the ones place value. Notice that 6 plus 8 equals 14. So when we combine or add the 1 blocks, we have a total of 14 1 blocks. And because this sum is greater than 10, we must perform an exchange using a 10 block. So again, this is 14 1 blocks, which is equal to 1 10 block and 4 1 blocks. So we'll move this 10 block over to the tens. Again, on paper, we put the 4 in the ones place value and put an extra 1 in the tens place value because of the extra 10 block. And now when we add the tens place value, we have 1 plus 3 plus 2, which equals 6, giving us a sum of 64. We're looking at our 10 blocks. If we combine them, we can visually see we have 6 10 blocks and 4 1 blocks, giving us a sum of 64. I hope you found this explanation helpful.
Okay, so now we're going to try some of these on our own. I'm going to draw a picture and you can draw the same thing on your whiteboard. Okay, so what I would do is just make on your whiteboard, draw this, because then we're going to make representations for 13 plus 38 on our board. So if I look here, here's my picture for 13. So we have 13. So I have 1 10 and 3 1s. And then 38, I have 3 10s and 8 1s. But if we're going to add them up, we need to combine the ones. Well, we have 8 here. And then if we add them to these, 9, 10, 11. So if I bring those down here, 9, 10, 11, then we can add those together. But remember, we can only have one digit in the ones place. So since that's an 11, what we're going to do is we're going to combine 10 of the ones to give us another 10. So I'm going to bring that over here. So now what I can do is in the problem, I can count. How many ones do I have left? I have 1 right here, so I'm going to put that there. And then remember, we carried that 1. We regrouped it. We made a group of 10, and we brought it over to the tens place. So I'd write it right there. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. So that is our final answer of 51. Let's do another problem. Okay, so we're going to look at the ones place first here again. So if we look at the ones and we have 3 here and then 5 here. But if we count those up, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 8 is just one digit, so that means that we can put that in the 1 spot. But now we have to count our tens. Okay, so we're going to count tens. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 tens. Well, 10 tens is 100. So what we would do is we would just combine all of those and regroup those as 100. But how we would write that is that we would leave a 0 in the tens place, because if we think about the number 100, there's a 0 in the tens place, carry that 1, and then we would have to make a hundreds place in this picture, so we'd make the hundreds place, and we bring down that 1, and we'd have 1. So our final answer is 108 for that one. And let's do one more example. Okay, so here's an example where we just have the problem. We have 15 plus 38. So then what you can do if you have that, you can draw your own. Just draw on your board and then make your own picture representation. So we have 1, 10. So I drew 1 and then 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have 3 tens, 1, 2, 3, and then 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to combine the ones first, all right? So what I like to do is hold the bigger number in my head. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Well, 13 is more than one digit. And remember, we can only have one digit in the ones place and one digit in the tens place. So since 13 is 2 digits, we gotta regroup, okay? So we're going to bring these 5 ones down here. So I'm going to redraw them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 down there. So I brought all those down there. Okay. Now what we'll do is we'll regroup. So I need to count 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was kind of a funny picture. But let's just double check mine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so since we have 10 in the yellow, we can bring that over to the tens place. Okay, so we regrouped that one over there. So now I have to look, okay, how many ones are left? So I have 1, 2, 3 ones are left. So I'm going to write a 3 here. But since we regrouped and brought one over there, we have to write that up here because that would be our 1 and 3 to make 13. So now let's double check, count our tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if we look here at the problem, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we would write here our final answer is 53. So now you're going to try some of these on your own on Schoology.